Try to fill up the whole map. Click on the colored states to see your postcards.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nostalgic Gamer Princess back with Jumpstart 2nd grade. I just checked and counted. We have 37 states left to collect. And hold on one second. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I have 134 stamps total that I would need to collect. But let's see how... Should I check? No, I'm not going to check. Same business as usual. Except it's going to be the new thing where I'm going to collect 3 stamps before I do a challenge. Or, I'm sorry, I'm going to collect 2 stamps before I do a challenge, and then once I do a challenge at the 3rd stamp, I will send it along, and that is the way that we're going to do things from now on. So let's get going. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing fantastically. I started therapy, which is great. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while now. Wait a second. Why the fuck did it just switch back to Explorer? I hate this game sometimes, I swear. What a great way to start the... I almost said the show. What a great way to start the show. I know that's not the best way to start this, this game, is my saying, like, I hate it. I don't really hate it. It's just annoying that... I'm literally on the toughest level and they switch it down to medium. Like, how actually dare you? Well, what a big difference it made. I still have $1 and 2 dimes and a nickel. I'm bashing the game. I was so mean. What was I talking about? I wasn't really talking about much. I was about to catch you guys up. It is now May 9th. I still have one more day of, Jumpstart editing, probably to do, and I have one more day of Back to the Future to do, which I'm going to play after this game. I feel like the mic might be a little bit too far away from me right now. But yeah, it is May. Last time I recorded was like mid-April, maybe? I don't really know. I don't remember. What's happened since mid-April? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I just realized I made myself a coffee. I put whipped cream in it and it melted and now it's all over my desk. So that's how my life is going. You know. Put whipped cream on shit and it's gonna just spill all over your life. Maybe there's an analogy in there somewhere of like, if you get too much goods, I don't know. I'll just shut up right now. What's new with my life? My life, it's pretty much just work, really. I've been working from home a lot more. Our building is undergoing construction, so I work from home 2 days a week. It's kind of nice, kind of not nice at the same time. It's weird, like, I don't feel as productive as I am when I'm in the office. Which, I mean... I think at my last job, someone told me that, like, whoever told you have to be productive at work 100% of the time while you're there is out of their mind. And I think they kind of seem to follow the same structure, my workplace. And that's great, but I still haven't, like, grown out of the, no, you need to be busy at all times or look busy at all times kind of feeling. So anytime I feel like I'm not being busy, I feel like they're gonna see it and I feel like they're gonna fire me. But there's also a lot of, like, work-related trauma I have. And listen, I know people throw around the word trauma a lot to the point where, like, sometimes it isn't even considered valid or real. Like, if someone's just like, oh my god, I'm so traumatized. But I've had a bit of a work history. Those of you who have been following me since the beginning probably know. I got a stamp!
You just got a stamp of George Bush.
Hey!
An adventurer must always have a hobby. This is your own personal stamp book. Use it to collect the stamps you win. Use the arrows to move from page to page. There are several different categories of stamps. Try to collect them all.
That is so wild.
If you already have stamps, try clicking them to see what happens.
Oh, dear God.
If you want more stamps, try playing some games and activities.
I was gonna say, how wild.
You just added a stamp to your collection.
No more.
You did it! And now, for your listening pleasure, ball game.
Okay, so I was gonna say how wild, because at this point, Clinton was the last president, and how wild that they probably had like no idea that Bush Jr. was gonna be president. So weird. Life is weird. Right, I'll just like, because why not, I have you guys here, like basically, like, you have no choice, you either listen to me or skip to the next video, really. I'll give you guys like a brief rundown. But so, the reason for my workplace trauma, and I feel like I'm valid enough to call it trauma, is that majority of the things, like my big jobs, like the jobs that I like the most or that I learned from the most or have like the most experience from, they're all on my resume, but I have no place that I can reference anyone or even them. Because my first huge workplace, where I was an executive assistant for the first time, I loved that job. I'd never been an executive assistant before. That company, well, I left after a while because I was coming home crying every single day. They had, quote unquote, promoted me to corporate communications coordinator without my wanting to be promoted. And when I say promoted, I say quote unquote because they didn't give me a pay raise. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Like, they basically created a whole new department and put me in there. Maybe they didn't. Everyone was telling me I was doing a good job. Like, I basically became, like, office manager at the same time, too. And, like, everyone was telling me I was doing a good job. So, like, no one had any complaints or anything. Because, like, that's how I feel about stuff, is that if I'm not doing something correctly, tell me, and then I can change it. So, even if, like, there was any time where they told me, like, hey, make this change, I made the change, and they said, good job. But anyway, I was finally coming home crying every single day because I hated my new position. I hated my new manager. And I was just done. But the thing was that after I left, the place got raided by the FBI because I guess they were doing some kind of insurance fraud. So, yeah, that happened. So that was weird as hell. And plus, like I said, I was coming home crying every single night because I hated my position. Like, the amount of times that I was told to do something that seemed impossible, I did it. Like, me and my manager would talk about it all the time, how it was like, this is an impossible task, it's impossible, but then we would get it done. And then as soon as we were just like, we got it done, like, by the due date, as you requested, then, like, the CEO or whatever who assigned us the task was just like, what is this? No, this is not what I wanted. Like, I wanted something completely different. And it's just like, no, you did not say that. We have tons of emails to back this up. So yeah, that was one of my first major jobs that I actually, like, really loved at first and felt like I was really good at it, but then they completely put me on a different path someplace else that I did not want to be on. And then my manager at some point, because the stress of the job was getting to her, she started basically, like, belittling me a lot. But, like, not really. Those were one of those moments where, like, she said that I wasn't doing, that was the only time where she said that I was not doing the job that she assigned me to do correctly, but she did not tell me how I needed to fix it or what I needed to do. Woo! Next stamp.
You just got a stamp of a sailboat.
Nice.
You just added a stamp to your collection. Click on a stamp to see it animate. If you want more stamps, try playing some games and activities.
Okay, sorry. Right now I'm also, like, I did this weird, like, Bob Ross painting thing with some friends. That did not go well. I completely did not follow the assignment at all. We're supposed to do, like, this, like, nice little, like, forest area with a bridge and brook, and we paused a bunch of times because everyone there was drunk, except for me. I just apparently wasn't paying attention and tried to, like, jump ahead. And I noticed, oh no, I fucked up. So instead I drew mountains, or I painted mountains, and now I'm basically going over what I have with some nail polish because I'm just like, you know what, I might as well add some accents. So there's that. I think after I'm done with my challenge and earn my next stamp, I'll go ahead and count how many stamps I have and how many more I need to collect.
Good job.
So yeah, so that was my first job. Or like at least my first major job. What was the next one after that? Let me think about that for a second. Oh, sorry, I cut him off. He was about to say he got some mail. I'll let him do that next time.
Dear Pen Pal, my name is Mohammed. I live in New Mexico. My younger brother is in a wheelchair. He has trouble walking. I'd like to help him. Can you tell me which sign is for the use of the disabled? It would really help me when I'm with my brother. Thanks, Mohammed.
You can choose to work on this Pen Pal challenge, or you can look at another. You'll like that challenge.
That's a sweet one.
On one of my many adventures here, I stumbled across a secret cave. It was just beyond the log ride of the subterranean river. If I remember correctly, there were a bunch of road signs that some dwellers must have left behind, but they never returned to claim them. I'll bet you can use them to solve your challenge.
Lead the way.
Oh shit, whoops, sorry.
To work on your challenge, choose Log Ride from the elevator menu.
The log ride.
Okay, I kind of remember my next one. Alright, I'll listen to some chit-chat and then I'll move on.
You'll need to get to the secret cave to solve your challenge. The golfers will lead the way. Only trouble is, they're all over on the other side. This is an old subterranean river. We can explore through these tunnels, but we'll need the gophers to guide us. Help the gophers leap from log to log across the river, and they'll help show us the way.
And once again, I'm on Explorer. I don't care if I get less points for it.
You'll need to get to the secret cave to solve your challenge. The golfers will lead the way. Only trouble is, they're all over on the other side. Try to solve the equation. 0 plus 4. The gophers are ready to go. You can start at any time.
Okay, so I just remembered the other job that I had, or at least the other one that's on my, what's it called? My, well, okay, I have more examples. So from there, I actually went to another job. What the problem was that when I was job searching, I went to go work for a staffing agency. And listen, no hate towards staffing agencies at all, because, I mean, they find you jobs, right? The thing was that I started working at this job where I didn't really have much to do. And I didn't really like that, but even then, everyone was telling me that I was doing a good job. My one thing, though, was when I was interviewing.
4. Only 4 more gophers to go.
I had let them know ahead of time that...
Try to solve the equation. 9 minus 3. The gophers are ready to go. You can start at any time.
I had let them know that I was going to go to Hungary for, like, I think it was like 2 weeks or something like that. And I completely knew that I was going to be unpaid and everything, but, like, I had let them know even in my interview of, hey, just so you know, I'm going to, like, leave for Hungary. Like, I had this plan, I had my ticket and everything. And they agreed. They were fine.
6. Just 3 gophers left.
So they hired me, and what's really wild was, like, while I was there for 2 months, they were telling me, like, I was doing a great job and everything like that. And I actually, like, leading up to my trip, they were telling me, like, how they're basically, like, when I come back, like, how they're gonna start construction, and I'm gonna be in charge of this big, huge inventory project. Like, literally, like, day before I was leaving, they're letting me know, like, the responsibilities that I would have when I come back, and that there's gonna be more to do. And then I come back from Hungary, literally, I got a phone call as soon as I was, like, landed from the plane, and they're just like, how was your trip? Good. Well, you don't have a job to go back to.
1. 2 more to go.
maybe this isn't the case with like all employment agencies, but my mom, when I had like, then I lived on my own at that point. Like I wasn't living with my parents. I was living with my boyfriend at that time, or my ex-boyfriend. But anyway, I had, my mom had basically explained that there's been plenty of times where her office uses, agencies, but then like even though they're really really good, they need to buy them out of their contract. A majority of the time they are too expensive to buy out of their contract.
3. Only one gopher to go.
Honestly, fuck the log ride game, because I only got 4 points. You get a point for each log ride thing. That's some bullshit. But anyway, I ended up finding a job. I was unemployed for like a month, and I didn't want to do any of the other jobs that the staffing agency had recommended anymore, because I was like, I don't want to go through this again in another 3 months. So, I was desperate, so I accepted a job that was a little bit unique in that I would work at, I would have full-time hours, but I would work part-time at a furniture company, and the other half working for representatives who sold furniture to that company as their administrative assistant.
Let's head down through this cave and see what we find.